Howdy guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kel Kellogg and I'm headed back home. Lucy and I were just wrapping up our daily hike and I want to talk about fish scents today. I just got a huge box from the folks at Procure. When I get back home, I'm going to open up that box. You can see what scents I'm using this fall, what concoctions I'm using this fall. I'll tell you what I'm using it for, and why I'm using it. I always get a lot of questions about scents, and in some circumstances, I believe scents are absolutely essential. Let me jump back in my rig here, get back home, grab that box, and we'll go through it together. I'll see you real soon. All right, I'm back at headquarters. I was actually going to film this in my garage, but my cat's in there and he's meowing and he's being a general pest. So back out here on my lower deck. As you can see, I got a bunch of Procure. I got a bunch of super gel and I have some bottles of powder. I don't have a huge array of different scents. I'm going to share with you what I have. This is for trout fishing this winter, kokanee fishing this spring and summer, river fishing for stripers and sturgeon, and trolling for landlocked kinks. Those are the species that I'm going to target using these scents. So let me dive right in. I'll show you what super gel I have, and then we'll talk a little bit about the powders. So number one right here, this was my number one scent last year when I was trolling for trout, when I was pulling soft plastics. It is the sweet corn Procure super gel. It's clear. It has a wonderful sweet corn scent. And all these are UV scents, all the Procure super gel, they have UV in them. I use this for kokanee too. It's I'm just high on this scent. It worked great. It worked great on kokanee, trout last year, and I like to smell myself, and that's important to me. I need to like to smell myself. So anyway, that's a killer. Probably my number one scent last year. Be using a lot of that this year. Next one in line here, Anise Krill. Krill and anise. I love anise scent. I love shrimp scents, which is, krill. And I'll use this for trout. I'll use this for kokanee. I'll use this for the kings. I'll even use the anise stuff for stripers in the delta. And I'm not afraid to mix scents. I might mix this with some garlic scent. I might mix this with the sweet corn scent. You never know what they're going to want on any given day. So I'm not afraid to mix the scents up a little bit. But number two scent right there, Anise Krill. And trout and kokanee magic. The name says it all. It's magic for trout and kokanee. So, it's that one. Number four, trophy trout. Again, name says it all. It's a blended scent. It flat out works. Not only does this work for planted trout, I've had good luck with it at Comanche and Collins and places like that. Also works up at Elminor, Eagle Lake, Lake Davis, places like that. It just appeals to trout. It makes trout bite. It makes them take the bait deeper, and it makes them hold on to it longer. And we'll talk a little bit about the situations that I use scent in just a bit. Let me show you my fifth scent. My fifth and final scent is Garlic Plus. For a long time, I didn't use a lot of garlic scent. But last year, when I was guiding and I was confronted with first muddy water and then muddy cold water, the garlic really started working. Garlic flavored power bait started working well. I started adding the Garlic Plus to the garlic scented power bait. The more garlic scent I could get on my rigs, the more bites I got. The water was cloudy. It was cold. The fish were lethargic. They weren't moving a lot. And the garlic really, really helped in that situation. Not only did we catch trout with that scent, we caught a fair number of spotted bass too. Spotted bass on power bait. They like that garlic scent. So those are my five scents. I'll use these. Oh wait, no, I got another one. Hang on a second. I got 6 scents. Where's that 6th one? It's a special one. There it is. Bloody tuna. Okay. I was going to say, I'll use this for kings. Also use this for stripers at times, but this is my number one scent for kings and stripers, the bloody tuna. So I have 6 scents. I have bloody tuna, Garlic Plus, trophy trout, trout and kokanee magic, Anise Krill, and the sweet corn, which is I just laugh about it because I love the smell and that stuff flat out works. Let's talk about the powder. So last year, saw me using this a little bit when I was out fishing power bait this last fall and winter. I was using this. I sprinkled a little bit of this slamola powder right there. It's full of amino acids that make, trout, salmon, steelhead. It really stimulates them. I would mix this with my power bait. Not only did it make the baits more effective, it also made the power bait cleaner to work with. Put a little dusting of this on your hand, then roll your power bait. It works. It works real well. I'll use this when I'm striper fishing too. I'll put this on sardine fillets. I'll put this on filleted shad, stuff like that. It is just a great all-around bite stimulant. It works. And what I added this year, and I haven't tried this yet, I figured if slamola works, I saw this in the Procure catalog, and I can't wait to play around with it in the same situations. It's called Monster Bite. And concept is the same. It adds bite stimulating aminos to the baits. It just makes fish want to go. And I won't be afraid to pair this with the Procure Super Gel. I might use Garlic Plus with some Monster Bite or with some slamola powder. As you know, you have to experiment with scents. Sometimes they'll stay on the same scent day after day for a month. Sometimes it changes from day to day. So it's always important to be ready to experiment. So when do I use scents? I absolutely positively use scent anytime I'm bait fishing, whether I'm fishing for sturgeon or trout or, stripers in the river, whatever. If I'm fishing bait, I'm using scent. Typically, I'm using some super gel. Sometimes I'm going to be using some of that powder in conjunction with the super gel. Likewise, if I'm trolling bait in a lake, say I'm trolling, anchovy, plug cut anchovies for kings, stuff like that, I'm using scent and I'm using the powders. Kokanee, no brainer. You've seen me on the channel here before fixing my corn for a day of kokanee fishing. I'm pairing it with different scents. I'm preparing several different flavors for the day out fishing. I'm going to determine what they want at any given time. And kokanee are fickle. They'll change the type of lure they want at the drop of a hat. They'll also change the scent that they want at the drop of a hat. In the morning, you might be killing them on that Anise Krill. In the afternoon, you might be using the garlic scents. Who knows? But it's important to have a range of scents when you're out kokanee fishing. I'm not a big scent guy when I'm out power trolling. Like if I'm going to go pull Rapalas or speed spoons or something like that, typically I'm going scent free because I'm trolling anywhere from 2.7 to 4 miles an hour. Just doesn't seem that critical in that situation to me. But whenever I'm using any soft plastics, I'm always using scent. The soft plastics, whether it's my Trout Trix worms, my minnow tubes, my grubs, they hold the scent really well. What does scent do for you? Well, it definitely at times can draw more strikes for you. But beyond that, and I always tell people this, you're out, let's say we're out fishing, you and I, we're out on the boat, we're fishing, and we're catching fish, and we're losing some fish, and the fish that we're landing, they're tossing the hook in the net. They're just nipping at the bait. Scent can be real helpful in that situation. The fish are active enough to nip at the bait, but they're not engulfing it. Sometimes adding scent in that situation will get the fish to take the bait a little bit deeper. And if you can get them to take it a little bit deeper, you're going to land more of the hooked fish because you're just going to get a better hook set on them. And that is especially true with the soft plastics. There was a lot of times last year when I was top lining grubs with just a trolling weight on the line. So maybe I'm down a foot or two. I'm not very far down, but I'm back, upwards of 200 feet back. Have that rod in the holder, got the sweet corn scent on, or the garlic scent, often the sweet corn scent. That grub is working and it's spinning through the water, and a fish will come in and grab the tail and you'll see the tip, pop. Now, if we mess with the rod in that situation, very often the fish wouldn't come back. But we just leave the rod in the holder and that fish would come back, you grab it again, and this bite might go on for 30 seconds or a minute with the fish following that bait. I assume it was one fish. It could have been 2 or 3 fish each taking shots at it. The bottom line was, if we allowed those bites to go without us messing with the rod, when the fish would finally get hooked, that grub would be way back in the mouth. Sometimes just the leader would be coming out of the mouth. And I know scent is part of the factor in enticing those fish to keep hitting that bait. It tastes real, it feels real, and it just encourages them to stay with the bait until they go too far and end up hooked. So that's about the size of it. That's how I'm going to use the scents. Sometimes I do use the scents with my flies, but I don't put it on the fly. I'll take some of that super gel and I'll put it on the concave base of the action disc, and that way the scent will flow out behind the disc, so it'll add scent to the spread. I think I'll close with a few thoughts on scent storage. Okay, I'm blessed. In my garage a couple years ago, when I started guiding 3 years ago, I bought my own refrigerator. Okay, me and my wife, we got the regular, food refrigerator up in the kitchen, but down here I have a bait refrigerator where I just keep bait and stuff like that. And when it comes to storing fish scent, I use the lunch meat principle. I want to keep it cold. If I keep it cold, it's not going to spoil on me. I don't know how true that is with Procure, but I know I've never gone wrong by storing my main supply in the refrigerator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these bottles in the crisper drawers in the fridge. They're out of the way in there. They're not going to get knocked over. I've already got some brining stuff in there, stuff like that. So I'll be moving some stuff around. But I will keep the bulk of this stuff in the crisper drawer in my bait refrigerator. And I will take out just enough for a week of fishing, when I'm guiding, or, after I'm done guiding, when I'm just doing personal trips. I'll just take enough with me to tackle, whatever kind of trip I'm on. But the bulk of it, once again, it's safe and sound in the refrigerator. It's cool, it's dark, and that maximizes its life, because I only get Procure once a year. I put in a big order to Steve Lynch up there at Procure. He sends me a big old box like that, and I stash it away, and he won't hear from me again until probably next fall. So anyway, that's about the size of it. Those are the scents I'm running. I'm a big advocate of Procure. The stuff works great. It stays on your bait for a long time. It adds that UV effect to your baits and lures, and it absolutely will help you catch more and bigger fish throughout the course of the season. I'm Kel Kellogg. I'll catch you next time, and if you're looking for gear, you know where to go. Get on over to fishhuntshoot.com. We've got what you're looking for, and if you want some Procure, go to your favorite retailer or reach out to them online. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube, guys. Thank you.